What's up guys, Nick here. Today I want to talk about why you should just use what you have. Now that whole beginning sequence of this video was filmed on my iPhone 7 Plus. Now I've made videos in the past talking about how using a smartphone camera is absolutely great for starting off because it does have smart features like HDR and things like that. And pretty much all of those shots were all handheld. There wasn't any fancy stabilization using a gimbal or anything. It was all just the optical and digital stabilization that the phone has built in. Most of it was 1080p 60 frames. I did throw in some 120 and 4K in there. And just to kind of further explain my point that just use what you have. It's a relatively cheap budget option for a DSLR, but I have an expensive lens on it, so starting with something like a cheap body that upgrading your lenses can definitely make a huge difference. Because like this lens right here, the 18-35 from Sigma, incredible lens, really fast aperture, nice and sharp, and I'll be able to use it with future generations of cameras even if I upgrade the body. I mean, already this lens is about 6 years old, and it still looks absolutely incredible. Focus is good. I've made videos talking about how great this lens is too. But back to the phone. So with the phone, I shot 1080p 120 frames a second, and this camera can't even shoot that. The most this thing can shoot is 1080 60. But there's still other reasons that I prefer using this camera, like the lenses, color profiles. Like right now I'm shooting in the flat profile, the nicer codec and sensor and stuff like that. And just overall using a DSLR is a lot better for my style of filmmaking because I can change those lenses from different environments. But many modern smartphones do have extremely good cameras. They have smart features like HDR, which is basically a digital way of improving the dynamic range. It takes multiple differently exposed shots, like some that are really blown out and some that are underexposed, and it combines them all together to try to emulate some sort of camera with a higher dynamic range. And the colors coming out of most phones are pretty good. I mean, they have gotten a lot better. There would have been a time a couple years ago where you wouldn't even bother to try to get cool shots out of a phone because the colors coming out of them just wouldn't look that good. But many modern smartphones do have incredible color science. The iPhones have stepped up their color science. A lot of big name Android phones like Google and Samsung and stuff like that have really improved their colors. So overall, phones are just getting a lot better. So if that's all you have in your pocket when you're out shooting, then definitely just use it. And when you're using cheaper and less expensive cameras, you'll learn more of what makes a video good, like storytelling and stuff like that. And all that stuff is far more important than what camera you shot it on. If you don't have a good story, it doesn't matter what you shot it on. People aren't going to want to watch it either way. And to talk about lighting is one of the most important things in a video. It kind of determines how the image will look. For example, if I wanted a really contrasty cinematic look, I would move the light more over here so it casts more of a shadow on my face. But I'm not really going for that right now. I do have that shadow because I think it looks really good, but I don't really have it overpowering to the point where it's like dramatic. To me, this isn't really a dramatic scene. I'm here in my room talking about using whatever camera you have to shoot a video. I'm not telling some super scary story. And for artificial light, one of the best lights I can recommend, I've actually been using it for about a year now, is the RL24VC from Linkstar. It's an adjustable color temperature light. You can adjust the brightness too. Not to get too technical, but some artificial lights do kind of have a weird color to them. So most cameras will naturally shift in an orange-blue light spectrum, and some artificial lights kind of shift into green magenta, which doesn't really look that natural. Skin colors are mainly red, and kind of when it shifts into that green or magenta tinge, it can either over amplify and make them look a little fake, or with the green it'll kind of cancel them out and not make a person look as alive. So that's one thing to note with artificial lights. But other than that, that's pretty much it for me, guys. Thank you all for watching. Comment down below if you did learn something new today about cameras or something, or if you're gonna go out and shoot with whatever you have at your disposal. But I will see you guys next time. Peace out.